Good evening, John Augustine here. There's Light and Leaving, Bishop Joseph E. Strickland, marvellous bishop, and it's called The Challenge for the Laity in the 21st Century. A nice book, so it is, and published by Catholic Answers Incorporated. All rights reserved. All rights reserved. Now, so he, in this particular chapter, he talks about Christ always front and centre. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? You wouldn't think it need to be emphasised, but he emphasised it, and he speaks about the Holy Rosary. He speaks about the Chapel of Mercy. Now, he doesn't say anything about the Stations of the Cross, but I personally recommend these. I say them every day. The Holy Rosary, the Chapel of Mercy, which Saint Faustina bestowed on people, and then the Holy Rosary, and then the Stations of the Cross, which I have a book that I can read it on. Let's see, now I have it here behind me. Yeah, I'll just show it to you. I'll just show it to you. There it is, Stations of the Cross. Isn't it lovely, the Stations of the Cross? And here's one that, and it's very good. But here's one that I always shed a tear. Our Saviour starts the third station of the cross. Our Saviour falls the first time. Isn't that a very moving? What way to go on? Picture, look at it. In the rough ground, hurting his hands and feet. I often shed a tear when I'm doing this one at home. And I often do it because the weather can be inclement. There's a bit of a wind blowing again. And my friend Oliver was here this evening, so we did a few videos that he puts up on a different channel. I'm teasing me live videos. So I just digressed there for a bit, didn't I? Because I was talking about the Stations of the Cross, and you can do them in a book like that. And I just showed you that one, and it's very moving. And the words are quite good, but I used the sort of my own words. The first station of the cross, when he was condemned to death, and the death he didn't deserve, including scourged with a pillar crown of thorns. I'm just mentioning that. Anyways, we're talking about Bishop Strickland, but I'll stick to the point. Now, Bishop Strickland, a marvellous bishop, gave great help to the people in East Texas. They were blessed to have such a bishop. Unfortunately, I look at EWTN and I come across him in various places on that channel, and I must say I liked him. I like bishops of that caliber that speak the truth. And he mentions Christ front and centre, but this is the Holy Mass, of course. And that's a great thing to have. Well, it's a duty to go every Sunday, and if you're convenient, you can go maybe a little bit more often. Now Lent is coming on tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Wednesday. And so I hope to go to Mass more regular, because I often do things and busy enough with what I have to do. But I think I'll be trying to go to Mass now as often as I can and avail of the past, even though at my age I don't have to. But it's a good thing to do, no matter what age you are. You know, we used to do it years ago, and people that smoked, which a lot of people did, including my father, Lord of mercy, he gave up the cigarettes for Lent and drink as well. And he liked to drink. Because being a policeman in Ireland or any other place is often a tough job. And sometimes they take a drink because of the pressure and that type of thing, Well, it's not a good thing to do too much of that, like. But during Lent, it was marvelous to see, and all the people did that kind of thing, and they were a damn sight better for it. They were more normal. You know what I mean? You could talk sense. That's what you want. But anyways, we're talking about Bishop Strickland. So he mentions the Holy Rosary in the Chaplet of Mercy. I just mentioned the Station of the Cross. And then he mentions about youth. People are often saying concentrating youth, but there's no, if the masses and priests right, and people would be drawn to it. And now he's come on to, to the celebrating of the Latin Mass, which is the universal language of the Catholic faith in my time. Well, that's what it's known as. Funny enough, the ones that talk about it now don't never seem to use that word. They're too young, I think, the spokespeople. But I'm long in the tooth. And so for years, when I was young and up to my 30s, it was the Latin Rite Mass, and churches were packed, and people went to Mass. So Bishop Strickland now is talking the way things are there now. So he's gone to the Latin Mass, and I hope his priests in the diocese are facing the tabernacle. I think the focus should be not on the priest facing the congregation, but it's back to the tabernacle. Face the tabernacle. Because when we go into the church, we don't turn our back on it. We're facing it, aren't we? Because we're told that in the tabernacle is the body, blood, soul, and divinity of our divine Saviour, Jesus. And we believe that. And when we receive Holy Communion, that's what we're receiving as well. It's the great gift of the Catholic faith. What a great gift. The sacrament of confession and all that. Yeah. So Pope Benedict encouraged that when he was Pope. And he went down that road, and it finds it's benefiting the people there because there's records attached to it. Now, regretfully, with the Vatican at the present time, they seem to be interfering with that, which they think they've no right to do whatsoever. It's the universal language of the Catholic faith, and it want to be practiced more than it is. And those deluded bishops or cardinals that kind of interfere with it have no right to do so. They're supposed to be shepherds, because unless they're blind or dumb or whatever it is, churches now more are not practicing their Catholic faith. They've been baptized, making the first Holy Communion confirmation, and are so in grave danger of eternal damnation because it's a mortal sin to miss Holy Mass if you've been baptized. Make your first Holy Communion confirmation. That's your duty. But that's not emphasized enough by these ones that are going down in these bishops and cardinals going down a different road. And they're known, even in this country, they've taken in some ways a vow of silence. So we need more like Bishop Strickland and Cardinal Raymond Buck and all these marvellous. And there's a good foundation in Africa of traditional celebration of the Holy Mass. And they're not going along with some of the stuff that's coming out of the Vatican. No, thank you. They're going to stick to their traditional way of doing things. Yes, sorry. So, and we, Bishop Strickland, would be of that calibre, and I'm of that calibre. And the Christian TV Ireland project, which we hope to get established with donations, of course. We're getting some, but we could do a hell of a lot more from well-to-do people. They can't take it with them. None of us can take nothing with us. We come in with nothing, we will with nothing. Except what could we do and leave a mark for our little passage. And that's the main thing to what Bishop Strickland is doing, and may he continue to do so. And I hope he visits this country, Ireland, I think he's been invited because I go to conferences run by the Catholic Voice magazine, and some of them very good. Bishop Schneider was here late last year, and it was marvellous. Well, full house. And we were all after he gave a grand talk. Oh, it's marvellous to hear the truth, the way, the truth, and the life, Jesus said. So Bishop Strickland is on that, and as regards to youth, they can be catechized, but the Mass is for all, the baptized, the ones that made it, and it's up to young people to try and save their immortal souls. And because whatever else they're doing in life, it could give them nothing but trouble. Yeah. Respect yourself. Respect your own person. Don't abuse it with drink, drugs, or overindulgence in extramarital affairs and this type of thing. It's absolutely useless way to behave for the human being made in the image and likeness of God. You respect yourself, number one. And that's the way to be chaste and pure until such time as you have a like-minded, if you're a man, a like-minded woman that you wish to spend the rest of your life with, to have that foundation and that respect. That's the foundation for anything. And Bishop Strickland is of that caliber. Marvellous bishop. I hope I was able to do some justice to him there. I sometimes wonder a bit. That's when you're talking the way I talk. I am not going by a script and reading from a script. I'm trying to talk to people in a way that they understand. And that's a great book. But I'm describing experts because it's copyright and all this. So there you are. So I hope that was good. And I'll be doing my hymns after this, and then the Let's Talk. Bye now for the time being, until you book your seats for the hymns. Bye now.